I'm making these wax melts here today. They are 3 colors. They are scented with mango fragrance oil. And I'll show you what you need. I'm using soy wax. It's already melting here. You can use any wax. Just make sure it's molding wax and not for containers. So that they come out better of the mold. I'm using a heat gun to preheat the mold. You need a melting option and a melting pot. A kitchen scale, a silicone mold, whatever you like. I think these look cool for summer scents. A second container because we will separate the wax. An infrared thermometer. And then a few different colors. I use for dye, I have yellow and orange. And Mica, we use yellow and orange and green because mangoes are also green. Okay, oh, and the fragrance oil, of course. Mango. It smells really good. Okay, that's it. Okay, step 1 is to melt your wax. I do that old school in a water pot. Make sure you don't heat it too quick or too high. You only want to melt the wax. Bring it to a temperature of around 85 degrees Celsius. And then we add the oil. This time, normally you add the color first, but I will show you why we add the oil here first on these wax melts in a second. Okay, my wax now is melted. I have a look. It's 85.8 degrees. So what I do first is I put the fragrance oil in. Reason for that, why I do it first, because normally you put the color and the whatever you use mica first, is I will separate the 150 in 100 and keep 50 in there. And you could also then add the fragrance oil after, but it's just, you know, I just add it now. I don't think it makes a big difference. I will use 10% fragrance oil of 150 grams of wax. That's 15 grams. So I measured it now. Measure it in grams. Give it a minute at least. I made mango just before. This is why the wax is still in there. Normally you use a fresh container, of course, but it is the color that I will use, and so that's why, you know, it doesn't make a difference. If you have the milliliters on the side, that's very handy. Fill it up to a little bit more than 100. That means we have 50 grams of orange and then 50 grams of yellow and 50 grams of green. That's what we're mixing, and we're mixing yellow and green in the same container. That's the trick. I only have this container. Otherwise you could separate. If you have more containers, you can just separate it. Alright, I preheat the container. And then I put up to 100 milliliters, a little bit more than that, in my other jar. The heating gun is annoyingly loud when you use it. After you use it, when you turn it off, it blows cold air to cool down the, whatever you call the front part here, the grill, or I don't know. And it goes for, I think, a minute or so, and that's why I just unplugged it now. So that you can hear me. I use, first we do yellow in the one with 100 grams. Oops. I use 2 drops, is that yellow? Yeah. 2 drops. And I use 1 drop in the orange one up there. The only reason I put it back in the water is so that it doesn't cool down too much. 1 of orange. Okay, that's done. And then I do the same color mica in orange and yellow. Alright, they are 63 now and 59. So I start pouring in here. Okay, I do orange first. And I fill in like 1/3 of each. And if it's more than 1/3, it doesn't really matter. Or less, whatever. Just make sure that you get some orange in each mold or cavity. I don't know. And if you have some left, that's okay. For at the end, maybe we will need it at the end somewhere. Alright, I go with the yellow right on top. This container, these glass containers, are great doppler. The only thing I don't like so much is, as you can see now, the pouring is different to the metal container that I'm used to. So there is a bit of spilling. Spilling or spillage, I don't know. Yeah, you see it's, I don't know if you see, but I see it's a little bit different, the pouring, it just goes everywhere. You can pour it anywhere, but if you go from one side or one corner always, then it just, I think it makes a cooler design at the end. Alright, I have to go in with the heat gun here a little bit, or I just put it in the water again. Heat it up a little bit, or you can't see anyway. Oops. Alright, I put it back. I go with the heat gun so it runs down, and then we add the green mica. Okay, and now we add some green mica to the yellow color, and this is why you only need 2 containers and not 3. If you do the yellow first and then add the green on top, that works perfect for 2 containers. If you have 3 containers, you can also use 3 and just separate the color in, the wax in 3 containers. Also possible. This is like the minimalist version. Alright, and now, oops, we just go with the green on top. Wherever is room, you just add on top. I'm not filling them up fully because I have a little bit of orange left. And we probably will need this at the end. So I make sure that every cavity has some green in it. Okay, because of the filming and the talking and maybe a few other things that interfered, the wax is a little bit too solid already, so I go with the heat gun on the lower setting and just melt the surface again. Not too much, otherwise the colors will probably mix too much. And then you see there is still, they are not all filled up, I think only this one would be finished. So I go with the heat gun just for a second and then add the rest of the orange. Okay, the bit of orange that was left at the beginning, I add that now on top. Okay now, well that looks a little bit like a mess, a little bit here, but otherwise not so bad. These here have to harden now, and then we'll take them out and see how the colors mix together and how they look in general. I think they will be good. I hope the colors are not too separate at the top now, but we will see. Alright, let it sit for a few hours and then have a look. So these are hard now. I take them out of the mold and then we have a look. Check them out. I think they look really cool. This one here looks excellent. You see all three colors. The detail, I think, is very nice. I like. Opa. It's better. I like the worm, the caterpillar. I think it's very cute. This one here is my favorite. This one here also looks cool. Nice. From the side you also see the colors. I like how it turned out. The scent, the fragrance oil is amazing. It smells so good. It's my favorite scent at the moment from the fruity fragrances. My favorite before mango was strawberry. That was also really good. I think raspberry is also really good. But it smells so really good. This is how you make wax melts with 3 colors. The trick, the secret here is that you make yellow and then out of that you make green. Again, if you have separate containers, you can also just separate the wax and do each color this way. I just thought it was like a super smart idea I had. But of course, having more containers, you know, it's just easier. I list everything below. What I used, like the mat and the heating gun and the, you know, everything. The mold, I'm not sure about that one, if I can still find it. I had it for a long time, but I have a look. These here weigh 10 grams each. I checked that. I tried them out, the different molds. They all weigh 10 grams. One was 11 grams. I forgot which one it was. Maybe the butterfly, I guess. I try to find molds. Maybe I find that exact one on Amazon. Then I list that below. Otherwise, I try to find summer looking animal cute little silicone molds. You can buy them in my shop if you don't want to make them yourself. I will list them probably today, and then you find them on Etsy at Wax Hero or on my online shop at bestwaxmeltsonline.com. Links are below and everywhere, and you will find it. Okay, thanks for watching. I see you in the next video where I don't know what I make in the next video. Alright, check it out. Thanks a lot, have a good day, and I see you soon. Bye bye.